Every single story on this list is going to hit you hard. Do not go anywhere. Some of these causes of death are going to completely stop you. Some of these stories you have never heard before. And number one is the most important story we have ever covered on this channel. We are starting right now. Number 10. Bobby J. Brown. He died on February 24th, 2026. He was 62 years old. And the way he died is one of the most shocking things you will hear today. Bobby walked into a barn on his property in Chapteco, Maryland, just after 10 at night to jumpstart a car. A fire broke out while he was inside. He called a family member for a fire extinguisher, but by the time anyone got there, that barn was completely swallowed by flames. Bobby was trapped inside. His wife Arlene ran straight into that burning barn to get him out. She came out with severe burns. Bobby never came out at all. The medical examiner confirmed he died from smoke inhalation and severe burns. His daughter woke up the next morning to a phone call that changed her entire life. He went in to start a car. He never came back out. Bobby J. Brown was best known for playing Officer Bobby Brown on the legendary HBO series, The Wire, one of the greatest television dramas ever made. He appeared across 4 full seasons. He also starred in the HBO series We Own This City in 2022 and appeared on Law & Order. SVU. Before acting, he was a 5-time Golden Gloves boxing champion. 5 times. He was 62 years old. He died doing something completely ordinary, and the world lost a man his agent described as having incredible depth and great character. Number 9. Neil Sedaka. He died on February 27, 2026. He was 86 years old. And here's the part that makes no sense at all. Just 2 days before he died on February 25th, Neil Sedaka was out having dinner at his favorite restaurant in Los Angeles. He looked completely fine. He was laughing. He was talking. 2 days later, he was gone. No warning. No long illness. No goodbye. His family called him a true rock and roll legend and an inspiration to millions. Now, let us talk about what this man actually gave the world. Neil Sedaka wrote or co-wrote over 500 songs across a career that lasted nearly 7 full decades. He grew up in Brooklyn and earned a scholarship to the famous Juilliard School of Music at just 8 years old. His high school girlfriend was Carole King. Yes, that Carole King. And he wrote Oh Carole in 1959 directly about her. After his death, Carole King posted a tribute saying Neil inspired her to follow her dream of becoming a songwriter. When Carole King says you inspired her, that tells you everything. He hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with Breaking Up Is Hard. To do in 1962, when the British invasion nearly ended his career, he refused to quit. He came back in 1975 with Laughter in the Rain hitting number 1. Then Bad Blood featuring Elton John on backing vocals also hit number 1 that same year. 2 number 1s in the same year in a completely different decade. He wrote Love Will Keep Us Together for Captain and 10L, which won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year in 1976. He placed 29 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1983. He was at dinner 2 days before he died. And then just like that, minus 500 songs, 7 decades, and a legacy that will never fade. Gone. Number 8. Bruce Froemming. He died on February 26, 2026. He was 86 years old, and the way it happened will stop you cold. Just after midnight on February 25th, Bruce Froemming fell at his home in Wisconsin and hit his head on the hardwood floor. Doctors found serious bleeding on his brain. Because he was on blood thinners for his heart, the bleeding could not be stopped. The man who stood on Major League Baseball fields for 37 straight years died from a fall on his own floor at home. One fall, that is all it took. Bruce Froemming was the most famous umpire in the history of Major League Baseball. He worked in the major leagues from 1971 all the way to 2007, 37 consecutive seasons without missing a single year. He called 5,163 Major League games, the 3rd most in baseball history. He umpired 5 World Series. He called a record 11 no-hitters, a number that stands completely alone in the record books. He was behind the plate in 1981 when Nolan Ryan threw his record-breaking 5th no-hitter. He was present at more historic baseball moments than almost anyone who ever lived. He was 86 years old. He fell at home, and baseball lost one of its true giants from a fall on a hardwood floor. Stay with us because coming up at number 5, this man's cause of death on Valentine's Day will surprise you. And number 1 is the most important and human story we have covered on this entire channel. Number 7, Devonta Lee. He died on February 26, 2026. He was just 27 years old. The cause of death was osteosarcoma, a rare and very aggressive form of bone cancer. And this one hurts differently, because Devonta Lee had already beaten cancer once. He played college football at LSU and was part of the legendary 2019 National Championship team, the same team that had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase in the receiver room. To future NFL superstars, Devonta was right there with them, winning a national championship at just 20 years old. Then in 2022, while playing for Louisiana Tech, he started having severe back pain during practice. Bone cancer. He had 2 surgeries. He went through chemotherapy and radiation. And in 2023, doctors told him he was cancer-free. He came back. He worked out every single day. He never stopped. But the cancer returned quietly. And this time, it did not let go. His mother said he was a fighter and he loved everybody. He gave his all in everything he did. He was 27 years old. He beat cancer once and came back fighting. The world lost him anyway. Number 6, Coleman Barks. He died on February 23, 2026. He was 88 years old. He died peacefully at home in Athens, Georgia, surrounded by his family. Coleman Barks was a poet and professor at the University of Georgia for over 30 years. But what made him known around the entire world was his translation of the poems of Rumi, the 13th century Persian mystic poet whose words about love and the human soul have touched more people than almost any other poet in history. In 1976, his friend, the poet Robert Bly, showed him some stiff academic Rumi translations and told him, release these poems from their cages. Coleman Barks did not even read Persian. He worked from existing translations and completely rewrote them in his own warm human voice. His book, The Essential Rumi, sold over 500,000 copies, an almost impossible number for any poetry book. His translations have been published in 41 countries. Beyoncé, Madonna, and Coldplay's Chris Martin have all cited Rumi as an inspiration, and most of them were reading Coleman Barks. The University of Tehran awarded him an honorary doctorate. He was 88 years old. He died surrounded by family, and his legacy lives in every single person who ever read a Rumi poem and felt understood. Number 5, Michael Silverblatt. He died on February 14, 2026, Valentine's Day. He was 73 years old. The cause of death was complications from diabetes and other health issues affecting him for several years. Michael Silverblatt hosted a radio show called Bookworm on KCRW, a nationally loved program that ran from 1989 all the way to 2022. 33 years. In those 33 years, he sat down with over 1,600 authors. He interviewed Toni Morrison, Salman Rushdie, and Joan Didion. His 1996 interview with David Foster Wallace about Infinite Jest is legendary because Silverblatt had actually read and fully understood that enormous, complicated novel before Wallace sat down. Wallace was so moved, he later said he wished Silverblatt would adopt him. Joyce Carol Oates called him the reader that writers dream about. He had 2 apartments, one to live in, and one entirely filled with books. He grew up dreaming of being a screenwriter. Instead, at a dinner party, he started talking about Atay Russian poetry so brilliantly that the manager of KCRW offered him his own radio show on the spot. He spent 33 years making authors feel truly understood. He was 73. He died at home on Valentine's Day, and literature lost its most devoted champion. Stay with us because number 2 on this list is a pioneer whose story will make you see the world differently. And number 1 is the story we told you about in the very first seconds of this video. The man who fought in silence for 20 years. We are almost there. Number 4. Colman McCarthy. He died on February 27, 2026. He was 87 years old. The cause of death was complications from pneumonia. He died in the Dominican Republic, where he had been living with one of his sons. Coleman McCarthy spent nearly 3 decades writing a syndicated column for the Washington Post from 1969 to 1997. He wrote about peace, nonviolence, war, and justice. Washingtonian magazine called him the liberal conscience of the Washington Post. Before journalism, he spent 5 years training as a Trappist monk in a monastery, and that foundation shaped everything he ever wrote and believed. After leaving journalism, he spent the rest of his life teaching peace and nonviolence at high schools and universities, including Georgetown, an American university, and even inside a juvenile prison. He believed peace was not just an ideal, it was a skill that could be taught. He also ran 18 marathons, including the Boston Marathon 3 times. He rode a bicycle his entire life and calculated he had logged over 100,000 miles. Around Washington, D.C., he never owned a car. He was 87. He died of pneumonia. And the world of peace lost one of its most honest voices. Number 3. Reuben Rodriguez. He died on February 27, 2026. He was 60 years old. The cause of death was not officially confirmed by his family. Reuben Rodriguez was a former NFL punter who played for the Seattle Seahawks. He was born in 1965 and built a professional football career that made him a respected name among fans and players of that era. His passing came completely without warning and shocked the football community deeply. Tributes poured in immediately from teammates and coaches, who remembered him as a dedicated and hardworking player who gave everything to the game. He was 60 years old, far too young, and the NFL family lost one of its own. Number 2. Ron Teasley. He died on February 3, 2026. He was 99 years old. His family did not reveal a specific cause of death. Ron Teasley was one of the very last living veterans of the Negro Leagues, the historic baseball leagues where black players competed before the sport was integrated. His nickname was Schoolboy because as a teenager in Detroit, he was so gifted that grown men twice his age could not get him out. He signed with the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1948, the same year. Jackie Robinson changed baseball forever, becoming the 8th black player ever to sign with a major league organization. He played for the New York Cubans in the Negro National League and was later named an All-Star in Canada. After his playing days, he spent 34 years as an educator, coach, and mentor at his old high school in Detroit. He earned both his bachelor's degree and his master's degree. He was inducted into the Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame in 1986. With his passing, it is believed only one living veteran of the Negro Leagues now remains. 1. Ron Teasley spent 99 years on this earth and gave most of them to other people. That is a life well lived. And number 1, the story we promised you at the very start of this video. Robert Carradine. He died on February 23, 2026. He was 71 years old. He died by suicide after a nearly 20-year private battle with bipolar disorder. His family did not have to tell the world the truth. They could have said he simply passed away and nobody would have questioned it. Instead, they released a statement that stopped the entire internet. They said, in a world that can feel so dark, Bobby was always a beacon of light to everyone around him. We hope his journey can shine a light and encourage addressing the stigma that attaches to mental illness. 20 years. He fought this privately and quietly for 20 years while smiling on screen and making millions of people laugh, while showing up to every set, while doing every single interview, while being the warm, funny face that 2 completely different generations of fans loved deeply. In 1984, he played Louis Skolnick in Revenge of the Nerds, the lovable, nerdy kid who stood up to bullies and refused to be ashamed of who he was. That film spoke to every person who ever felt like they did not belong. Then years later, a whole new generation met him as the warm, funny dad on Disney Channel's Lizzie McGuire. 2 generations, 1 man. And behind all of that warmth, a battle nobody around him fully understood. He was 71 years old. He fought for 20 years. His family told the truth so that other people would not feel alone in their own darkness. If you are fighting that same battle right now, please reach out to someone. Please do not fight it alone. Robert Carradine deserved more time. And so do you. 10 names, 10 stories that matter. Every single one of them deserves to be remembered. Today.com, the name that hit you hardest and why you will never forget them.